All right, we're here today with Bad Mood Rude. Can you go ahead and tell
Hello.
us a little bit about who you are, what you do? Just introduce yourself.
Yep. Okay. So I am Bad Mood Rude. I am an artist, a musician from Rochester, New York.
Yep, and you have a very interesting sound. I was kind of addicted as soon as I heard it. But
Oh, thank you.
before, oh yeah, of course. But have you actually read the YouTube comments under your music videos?
uh, I try to. I hate when I get compared to other artists, and a lot of
Mm.
them, and they mean it in a nice way.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I love this. You remind me of blah blah blah, and I'm like, "Oh, thank you," but I'm just trying. You know what I mean? Because you're just
Hmm.
trying to be yourself. Like, I know they mean it as a compliment, but I
Yeah.
I do read all my comments and stuff because I try to interact with everyone.
Hmm. But you wouldn't say that, you wouldn't, you sound like those people. You say you kind of have your
I
own.
don't think I sound like them at all. I when I hear the comment I agree with a lot is when people say I sound like a female Lil Peep vibe.
I was
I
gonna, yeah.
completely agree with that. I don't think I sound at all like Billie Eilish, Melanie Martinez, or Lana Del Rey. I think I resemble them maybe. I'm
Mhm.
going to be honest, I never listened to any of their songs or knew who they were
Okay.
until people started comparing me to them. I was like, I don't even know who this is. And then I was like, okay, looks wise, I can kind of see it. But
Hmm.
God, I hate my songs are nothing like theirs and it drives me
No,
nuts.
no. But at the same time, I understand like that probably is annoying being compared to different artists like all the time,
It's
just
only
in general.
annoying because, okay, so those three artists in particular have diehard fans. And when
Yes.
their fans that don't necessarily like me hear that I'm getting compared to them, they're like, she has nothing like Lana Del Rey. I would
Hmm.
die for Lana Del Rey. And it's like not like that because I
Yeah.
completely respect them as musicians and stuff, but some of their fans are freaking mean.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, it's kind of, once their fandom stage gets to the point you can start kind of like branding themselves, like the Hive or Nicki Minaj's, whatever it's called. That's when it starts becoming like territorial almost, and like you got to kind
Yeah,
of
no, the thing it drives
careful.
me nuts because I really am just trying to be myself and do
Hmm.
things that I like.
Okay.
And when you come up with original ideas and stuff, and there's trying people try to say that you're like another artist, oh God, it just drives you nuts.
I see. Well, why don't you go ahead and kind of dive into your creative process? When it comes to creating, you do have your own kind of, the dark sound though. How do you kind of get?
So, yeah, I don't like to put myself into one genre because I kind of just make music for whatever mood I'm in.
Mhm.
And I don't even know how to describe that mood or feeling. It's like all of a sudden I'll just get an urge to write 8 songs in a day. And they can be all different genres. And I have no idea what it just happens. I can go a few months without writing or working on music, and then all of a sudden in one day I'll do a bunch. And I just try to do it again like with however I'm feeling.
Hmm.
So I don't like to just put myself into one genre.
I see. I see. But so you can kind of, I mean, okay, you do have multiple sounds, and styles, but you can, like I said, just kind of branch out to, I guess, whatever you're feeling, huh? It's
Yes.
interesting. Okay, so, but as of now, you released a song with Novocaine, and it's actually, I mean, very impressive, but also it's a really big song. I mean, it has a large feature with
Oh,
Moss.
I'm glad you like it.
Oh yeah, of course. So I wanted to ask, like, how did this collab come together?
So I grew up listening to Mod's music. He was in Four Letter Lie and Scary Kids Scaring Kids. And I listened to them when I was like 13. And then probably a few months ago, we became mutuals on Instagram. We just like each other's style a lot. And I had Novocaine written since like last spring. So it's been like 8 months that I've had the song written and
Yeah.
recorded. And I was like, I really, really want another person on this song. I wasn't sure who, which is why it like sat in the vault for a minute. I was like,
Mhm.
I don't know who, but someone would be perfect for this song. And he was on Instagram and he went live or whatever. I was watching him like, oh my God, I bet Maud would sound amazing on this song. So we sent it to him, and he loved it, and he recorded it the same day and sent it back the next day. So
Wow.
he really liked it too, and I
Yeah.
love his verse.
So he just sent it just like that. Just
He loved it.
That's impressive. That's great. Well, speaking also of good music, your song "Check." I wanted to ask you this question because
Oh
I'm
my
just curious.
God.
On the cover art, is that Nico Robin from One Piece? Do you,
Yes.
yes?
My friend made the album artwork for me.
I see. I see.
And he
I like
watches
it.
anime and plays video games and stuff, and he made it for me.
I see.
But it was supposed to represent me.
It's a cool cover art. I like it. I like it. With the shades. The shades is what gave it away for me. But it's cool. It's cool. And also, I wanted to ask you, between I think in August, you dyed your bangs rainbow color.
I
Can you
did.
explain, touch into that a little bit?
So I dyed my bangs rainbow for a few reasons. One, I wanted something new. Two, I was so sick of being compared to other artists. And I was like, I want something that I haven't seen other people do, which, by the way, after I did it, someone tagged me in a picture. This is actually just like a week or two ago, of Halsey, and she had rainbow bangs. And I was
Really?
like,
Wow.
yeah, I was like, I was trying to be creative, but I guess not. But that's why I wanted something that made me stand out compared to everyone that I keep getting compared to. And I wanted something new, and I wanted something different that I felt like represented me, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like to think that I'm fun and stuff, and I think the rainbow bangs are fun. And I love talking to people. I love talking to strangers, and they can be a very good conversation piece. People are more likely, I've noticed since I've done the rainbow bangs, to come up and talk to me.
Well, I mean, it's
Like
definitely
that.
it's definitely creative. It's not just because someone else did it doesn't mean it's not like unique. Because I personally have never seen that before. So, but
Well,
also,
her bangs were also different. They weren't rainbow like this. They were like red, orange, yellow, like in a line, not like
red, orange, yellow.
from
Huh.
top to bottom. Well, it was red,
Okay.
orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple in like strips.
I see. I see.
So kind of like it.
I mean, it's still different. I'm gonna count them as two different things. Also, so speaking of things that I saw on your Instagram, a worm goblin. I think that was in your bio.
Oh yeah.
On YouTube.
So yeah, no, that's just more of like a personal thing. My husband and I call each other worm and goblin. So, and I like things that aren't necessarily seen as pretty, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it or explain it, but I'd rather be called interesting or something rather than like attractive. I don't even know how to explain it. Because I think beauty can be in anything. So I'd rather it be compared to something that you wouldn't necessarily think as like a pretty thing. Does that make sense? I might not be making any sense.
No, that
Sometimes
makes
I
perfect.
go on a rant.
I mean, if you picture a worm goblin, it makes perfect sense. It's exact So okay, that's interesting though. So you guys call each other worm and goblin. That's your nickname.
Yeah.
And speaking of your husband, do you two work together or is it a separate thing?
Yes.
You two work together, and
so we've been together 6 years, and he was actually a music promoter since he was 16. So it's about to be 11 years. He's been a music promoter, and I've been doing it with him for 6 years. But I never thought I was going to make my own music. And before I was with him, I was a jeweler. And before that, I went to dental school. So then I was never like interested in making music. I didn't know that was going to happen. And then now here we are.
Interesting. And can you dive into a little bit of what inspired, you to make music or to become?
So the only reason I made any music is because my grandma asked me to make her a song. And my grandma and I were very, very close. So I did make her a song. Actually, the only song she got to hear was Sweet Dessert. And that's a song, because I tried to make something fun I thought that she'd want to listen to.
Yeah.
And then she suddenly passed away 2 months after that. So I was
Mm.
like, well, I am definitely sticking to music now. And I'm glad that she encouraged me to make music, because
Mm.
I never wanted to be a musician. She was like, you need to make me a song. And then I made it. And she's like, oh my God, you need to keep making music. I love it. And, you know, since losing her, because it's actually last week was just the 1 year since she passed, writing music has helped me with that a lot.
Okay.
So it's
That's good.
been a great outlet.
Hmm. Well, yeah, it's a great outlet for sure. I mean, in many ways, that's a very, very touching story. But I'm sorry for your loss. But music so far for you as an outlet seems to be really working for you. I mean, you've had
Yes,
a lot of
it
success.
has been great. I'm very appreciative.
And you've also kind of, I mean, alongside music, you've been kind of growing multiple followings. I guess many different reasons. Growing a following for many different reasons, and that is because you have a hobby of collecting haunted dolls, right?
Yes, I do. And I love my haunted dolls. So here's the thing. I completely know how insane it sounds. So I'm never trying to like convince people. If people don't want to believe in that stuff, that's fine, because you know what, I wouldn't believe it. I don't believe when other people tell me they have haunted dolls unless I
Huh.
experience it. I don't believe it, because even though I have always talked to spirits, I'm a skeptic when it comes to believing people I don't know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I always tell people online, obviously, what I'm saying, sorry, someone's checking. What I'm saying is true, but I don't expect people to believe me because they're not experiencing it. They haven't been over my house. I'm not going to have 100,000 people come over my house, but I've had enough people over in my personal life to know that I'm
Mm-hmm.
not lying. And I try to share all the information that I can about my
Mm-hmm.
dolls. But yes, I love them so much.
Okay. I mean, that's cool. I mean, I've never met somebody that collects haunted dolls, but my question to you is, knowing that, I mean, we've all seen horror movies growing up.
Hmm.
What made you think that, like, I should collect this? Like, I want to get into this. Like,
Well, I've talked to spirits since I was little.
huh?
And again, I know it sounds freaking insane, and it's fine. The first spirit I ever talked to, my mom saw when she was little too. My mom was terrified of her. And I tell people, okay, so you can always come across a haunted item anywhere.
Hmm.
It's a haunted item is when someone passed away and then attached to the object. And a
Okay.
lot of that stuff is at like Goodwill and estate sales and antique stores, because typically things that meant a lot to people are at those places.
Mm-hmm.
But I always tell people it could always be negative or evil or whatever. And if you don't know what you're doing, then there are a few places in the country that I trust that deals with rehoming these dolls.
Okay.
And I encourage inexperienced people, when you get your first dolls and stuff, to get from one of these people, because they can give you a background on the doll or the
Mm-hmm.
spirit, and you know you're not getting a dangerous one. They're not going to sell you
Okay.
a dangerous one. And that's it. Like, you just have to be careful. I've had enough experience so I can tell if one's evil or not. Of course, they can trick you. So if you're new, you definitely shouldn't just go try to find one. And
So,
that's
because
that.
if you can buy, like, someone can just sell you a random spirit,
Oh
and
yeah. Or
and
they
what?
could sell you nothing. If you go, that's why the two people that I trust, I made a YouTube video about it just so people could know where I get my dolls. There are a lot of people that sell fake ones online. They'll
Mm-hmm.
be like, oh, there's a spirit attached to this doll. And there's clearly freaking not.
Yeah.
Like,
Cool.
stupid.
Wait, what do you mean by clear? How can you tell if there's a spirit attached to a doll?
Because a lot of times, the doll will be super overpriced. A doll should never cost more than what the physical doll is worth. Just
Okay.
because there's a spirit attached to it, it shouldn't cost more than the actual doll. Or it'll have some weird, crazy story. Or there's one lady, oh God, I can't remember her name. She was selling them. And here's the thing, when you do that and you're just making up stories, you could always have the chance of giving an actual like evil haunted doll to someone.
Hmm.
That's my biggest problem with it. It's not even that if they're selling fake ones. And then there's people who just make up stories and say that their dolls are haunted when they're not.
Mm-hmm.
There's one on TikTok, and I think she's fake. I keep getting tagged in her videos, and the videos show her doll moving and stuff. But the reason I
Yeah.
think it's fake is because all of her stories are how scared she is of this doll and how she has to get rid of it. And I could help her get rid of it. I haven't reached out to her, but I've probably been tagged in her videos 200 times. She knows who I am. She doesn't get that many comments. She does not want to rehome it. Her profile picture is of this doll, and every video she makes is of this doll. It's because she's getting attention. And when it's things like that, that's why I don't, even though her videos show the dolls moving and stuff, her doll moving, the reason I don't believe it is because it's like, if you're so scared and you can't be in your house because you're so scared of this doll, why is it your profile picture and why is every video you make about it and you won't try to get rid of it? So it's things like that. Like, you just have to connect the dots where it doesn't make sense.
Is this
now
a
that I
common
went on
thing?
that rant. No, it wasn't.
I mean,
it
not
wasn't
like in general, but on what's the name of that app? I'm blanking.
TikTok. That's what I mean.
TikTok.
It wasn't. I was the first one to post about. And I purposely looked to see if other people posted about haunted dolls before me, and they didn't. I was the first person to post about a haunted doll, and then it just blew up, and all these people all of a sudden had haunted dolls. And I'm sure some of them are real, and I'm like, that's fine because I have some. I mean, why wouldn't other people? But the reason I started posting on TikTok about them is because I posted about them on Instagram, and my followers were scared, and I got reported. And Instagram's like, if you keep posting, we're gonna take you down. So I was like, God. Wow. So I went to TikTok, and it just blew up, and they were interested in them. And now I just get told that I'm gonna go to hell, and I don't believe in God, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense either. But okay.
That's the TikTok audience. That's interesting. It's
a bunch of young kids and then a bunch of old people telling me I'm going to hell.
You know what? Yeah, that's the worst. You always have the old people that gotta pitch in.
I know. I'm like, I'm a Christian too, lady. Like,
they're never gonna believe it. They don't understand the concept where like you're not what they're directly seeing. You know, like they think.
Yeah, no, they're insane.
Yeah, old people. All right, so let's go back to the music. Are there any other sounds or styles, that you may want to get into? You say that your music is whatever you really feel like making.
Yes. So I do have a song with an artist named Kaiba coming out next month. And he is a German artist. And it's like a metal rap song. I don't know. We're going to see how that turns out. It's my first time trying that. So we'll see. I sing the chorus. It's kind of a short song. I sing the chorus. The chorus plays once in the beginning. He raps, and then it plays twice at the end. So it's kind of a short song, but we're going to see what happens. It's like metal.
Okay. It's going to be the same length as Novocaine?
No, it's going to be shorter.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure it's shorter.
Okay.
Because, it's got kind of a long intro, and the chorus is a lot longer than Novocaine, so they might be around the same time. But I just know I don't get a verse in it. I just sing the chorus, but the chorus is kind of long. So we're going to see. I'm not sure yet how it's going to come out.
Interesting. Well, I'm excited to hear that. Rap metal. I don't think I've ever heard that unless go back to
If you look up Kaiba, Kaiba, that's like all his style.
Okay, let me.
You'll know. I think when you hear it, do you know who Suicide Boys are?
Yeah.
It's like a heavier version of that.
Heavier than Suicide Boys, dang. Okay,
yeah, because he raps like he talks like this. Like it's like a grumbly.
I'm getting.
But
this
I love Kaiba.
Anime. I'm getting this Yu-Gi-Oh guy. Whoops. Hold on.
Yeah, no, it is a thing from Yu-Gi-Oh, but look up. Do you have Spotify on there or something?
I'm on my iPad right now. I do.
Look up Kaiba rapper or something. He lives in Germany.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let me look him up outside of this. Outside of the
interview. You'll know exactly what I'm talking. When you hear it, you'll be like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting though. Definitely. I do like the Suicide Boys, so that's going to be a cool.
Kaiba had a song go viral on TikTok, and that's how me and him became friends.
Really?
Yes.
TikTok that's interesting. So people are really blowing up.
Oh, TikTok's great. I love TikTok because you can talk about anything on there.
Yeah. But as far as music,
it's not just music stuff.
Really? What are people talking about? What
literally anything. People will do funny skits. I talk about my dolls. People will do cooking. They'll do their makeup. just anything. Them making clothes. They'll teach you how to do Photoshop. They'll teach you how to make beats. It's just anything that's under a minute that you can make a quick video doing.
Under a
So
minute.
people will like, yep, because everything's got to be a minute and under.
Yeah. Huh. I need to
So
get
they'll
behind
post up. Yeah, they'll post sped up versions of
this.
things, like if it's them making something.
Yeah.
But it's fun. If you download it, you will get addicted to it.
Oh gosh.
It's so entertaining.
Okay, another phone addiction or another reason to be on my phone. Hey, why not? Okay, well, hey, why not TikTok next up? What about 2020 coming up around the corner? You already mentioned next month you have a song coming out, but what about,
Yes.
you know?
So I have to get merch out.
Ooh.
I have something designed, but I have to get approval to have it printed. And I've been having my followers, they've just been making their own merch with my face on it. And like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so flattered, but I should probably make my own because I know that they want to do a yes, please. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, I was super flattering.
it's gotta be official.
And then I'm going to be touring, hopefully, I think
Okay.
at the beginning, like in like February, but I'm
Okay.
not allowed to talk about it yet.
All right. Well, hey, we'll keep it on the table. That's cool though. The merge is definitely going to be a cool look because I mean I have
I'm
seen
excited.
a lot of people are making their own, yeah, like you say, their own artwork of you. You know,
Yeah, it's so cute.
some of it's pretty impressive too. It's pretty cool. But okay, well, cool. That's exciting to keep to keep an ear out for the next year. Do you have any other things you want to shout out? Any other things you want to mention that I forgot before I have the final question?
No,
No,
I
that's
get
it.
nervous.
It's all good. So, final question before we wrap things up is if you can have a perfect day, let's say you had just nothing to do for this whole month and you can just do whatever you wanted to do for one day, what would you do?
Honestly, I'd probably just sit and watch TV with like my husband and my dad and my dogs.
Okay.
I'm pretty boring. I'm not very exciting. I like
Hey,
to go fishing and stuff with my dad, but
fishing is
I'm
cool.
not I'm not a thrill seeker. So
What are you watching on TV?
I love documentaries and stuff. And
Okay.
like National Geographic, and I like
Mhm.
reality TV. I've been watching The Masked Singer a lot. I love The Masked Singer.
The Masked Singer. I don't think I've seen
You've
it.
never seen it?
I don't think so.
Nick Cannon hosts it.
Oh, really?
It's okay. So it's all these famous people, and they're all dressed up in like mascot uniforms, and they give you these hints, and you have to guess what famous person is under the mask, and that your only hints are their voice from them singing. It can be anyone. It can be athletes like Raven Simone got unmasked a few weeks ago. Patti LaBelle got unmasked last night,
Oh,
or 2 nights ago. Who else was there? Dr. Drew was unmasked a few
okay.
weeks ago. T-Pain won last year.
He won. Oh, so it's
So
like the
it's like,
last person
yeah,
that. Wait, no one. You telling me
whoever,
nobody
yep,
guessed?
whoever,
Nobody
yep.
heard
Well,
T-Pain
no, it's not
story?
being guessed. It's their performance. They get sent home based on their performance. The audience
Oh,
gets to vote their live audience thing.
I see.
Um,
Okay.
and then, so, it's like a singer's always going to win
Yeah.
because a singer versus Dr. Drew, you know what I mean? But it's fun to see the famous people get unmasked.
Yeah, of course, of course. That's a cool concept. No, I don't think I've ever seen that before, but definitely want to keep an eye out for it. All right. Well, I think that's all we have for you today. Bad Moon Rude, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been fun. All right, yeah, have a great weekend.
You
And
too. Thank you so much.
for sure.